The summer sun cast a warm glow over Maplewood High as alumni began to trickle into the decorated gymnasium. Banners reading 60th Reunion hung between the tall pillars, swaying gently with the evening breeze. Among the guests was Henry Thompson, a spry 75-year-old with silver hair and a heart full of memories. Clad in his favorite plaid shirt and khakis, Henry felt a mix of excitement and nostalgia as he entered the familiar hall. As he greeted old friends and shared stories of days gone by, Henry's mind wandered back to 1959, the year he graduated. He remembered late-night dances, the roar of the gymnasium speakers playing Elvis, and the first time he saw Eleanor Parker across the crowded room. Eleanor, with her radiant smile and graceful presence, had been the apple of his eye. Tonight, Henry hoped to catch a glimpse of her, though years had passed since they had last spoken. Life had taken them on different paths. He had served in Vietnam, built a family, and watched as Eleanor moved away to pursue her dreams in New York. They had lost touch over the decades, their letters growing sparse until they ceased altogether. As the evening progressed, laughter and music filled the air. Henry found himself reminiscing about simpler times, the challenges they faced, and the joys they shared. He sipped his drink, scanning the room for any sign of Eleanor. Just as he began to lose hope, a hush fell over the crowd as the lights dimmed and Unchained Melody began to play. Henry's heart skipped a beat as he saw her entrance, the same grace in her step, the familiar sparkle in her eyes. Eleanor looked stunning, her hair elegantly styled, and a soft smile graced her lips as she made her way through the crowd. Eleanor moved gracefully to the center of the gym, her eyes scanning the crowd until they met Henry's. A radiant smile spread across her face, and for a moment time seemed to stand still. Gathering his courage, Henry took a deep breath and walked towards her, his heart pounding in his chest. "Eleanor," he greeted, his voice wavering slightly. She turned fully to face him, her smile widening. "Henry Thompson, it's been such a long time." They stood there, the noise of the reunion fading into the background as memories flooded back. Henry noticed the subtle changes in Eleanor, lines of laughter around her eyes, the confidence in her posture, but her essence remained unchanged. "How have you been?" he asked, trying to bridge the years between them. Eleanor chuckled softly. "New York has been quite the adventure. I followed my passion for art, opened a gallery a few years ago. What about you? I heard you served in Vietnam." Henry nodded, a hint of pride mixed with the weight of old memories. "Yes, it was a challenging time, but it shaped who I am today. After the war, I started a family and worked in construction. It's been a fulfilling journey." They found a quiet corner, their conversation flowing effortlessly as if no time had passed. Eleanor shared stories of her exhibitions and the vibrant art scene in the city, while Henry spoke of raising his children and the simple joys of his life in Maplewood. As they reminisced about high school, the late-night dances, secret notes passed in class, the dreams they once held, they realized how much they had grown and changed. Yet there was an undeniable connection that had endured the years apart. Eleanor's eyes softened as she looked at Henry. "I always wondered what became of you after graduation. I'm glad we're here tonight." Henry felt a warmth he hadn't felt in years. "I'm glad too. It feels like no time has passed at all." The music swelled around them, and as Unchained Melody played again, Henry and Eleanor found themselves drawn closer, the past and present intertwining in a moment of rediscovery. Amidst the laughter and celebration, they began to explore the possibility of rekindling a connection that time had never fully extinguished. Eleanor took a sip of her wine, her gaze never wavering from Henry's. "You know, I often think about those days, how we believed the world was ours to conquer. It feels like a different lifetime." Henry nodded slowly, memories flickering in his eyes. "Yeah, high school had its own challenges, but we faced them together. I remember you always had a way of making everyone feel special." A tender silence settled between them, filled with unspoken emotions. Eleanor reached out, her fingers lightly brushing Henry's hand. "Life took us on such different paths, didn't it? I chased my dreams in the city, while you built yours right here." Henry felt a surge of admiration. "You've achieved so much, Eleanor. Your gallery must be incredible." He paused, searching her face. "Sometimes I wonder what might have been if life had been different." Eleanor smiled softly, her eyes reflecting a mix of nostalgia and hope. Maybe it's not about what could have been, but what still can be. We've both grown so much since then. As they spoke, the gym seemed to fade away, leaving just the two of them in their own world. The laughter and chatter around them became a distant hum, their conversation the only sound that mattered. Henry took a deep breath, feeling a courage he hadn't felt in years. "I'd love to see your gallery sometime. It would be great to reconnect outside of tonight." Eleanor's smile was radiant, her eyes sparkling. "I'd like that very much. Maybe we can even collaborate on something. Bring a bit of Maplewood's spirit to New York." Their eyes met, a silent agreement passing between them. The night air was crisp as they eventually parted ways, but the connection they rekindled lingered, weaving a new chapter into the tapestry of their lives. As Henry walked away, he felt a sense of possibility he hadn't felt in years. The reunion had not only reopened old doors, but had also unlocked new dreams, promising that sometimes the most beautiful stories are the ones that find their way back after so long apart. As the weeks passed, Henry found himself anticipating his visits to Eleanor's gallery with a mix of excitement and nervousness. Each trip deepened their connection, revealing layers of their personalities that time had gently concealed. Eleanor introduced him to her close-knit circle of artists and friends, who welcomed him warmly, sensing the rekindled bond between the two. One crisp autumn evening, Eleanor shared her latest vision. "I want our collaboration to capture the essence of Maplewood, its simplicity, its beauty, and the memories we hold dear," she explained, her eyes alight with passion. Henry nodded, his mind racing with ideas. "What if we create a series that intertwines our past with our present? Use elements from our high school days and blend them with the urban energy of the city." Inspired, they began to work tirelessly, their creative synergy undeniable. Eleanor's brushstrokes brought vibrant life to canvases, while Henry's storytelling added depth and context. Their project, titled Echoes of Maplewood, became a harmonious blend of visual art and narrative, celebrating their shared history and individual growth. The day of the exhibition arrived, and the gallery buzzed with anticipation. Friends, family, and art enthusiasts filled the space, eager to witness the union of their talents. As Eleanor and Henry stood together, watching visitors engage with their work, a profound sense of accomplishment washed over them. Each piece sparked conversations, evoking emotions and memories from those who experienced it. A pivotal moment came when an elderly former teacher approached them, tears glistening in her eyes. "This exhibition, it reminds me of the students I once knew," she said softly. Henry and Eleanor exchanged a meaningful glance, realizing the broader impact of their collaboration. They had not only reconnected with each other, but had also touched the lives of others through their art. As the night unfolded, the gallery shimmered with stories of the past, intertwined with hopes for the future. Henry and Eleanor stood at the heart of it all, their partnership a testament to the enduring power of friendship and love. They had navigated different paths, yet destiny had guided them back to a shared purpose. In the quiet moments after the last guest left, Henry took Eleanor's hand, feeling a profound gratitude. "This feels like the start of something incredible," he whispered. Eleanor smiled, her eyes reflecting the gallery's soft lights. "Indeed, it does. Here's to new beginnings and the echoes that bring us together." Their journey had come full circle, transforming a chance reunion into a legacy of creativity and connection. Henry and Eleanor had discovered that while life's paths may diverge, the bonds forged in youth can lead to extraordinary collaborations and enduring relationships. As they looked toward the future, they knew that their shared story was only beginning, promising endless possibilities woven from the threads of their intertwined lives.